All right, we are live. Hello.
We are live. Woo! I want to say
everyone is talking at once. Hello.
Hello. I want to say congratulations to Pat for being the first. Thank you, Pat. Jim being the second. Thank you, Jim.
Oh man.
That Pat, he's always on time.
Always on time, Pat.
Well, I mean, you know, at least in the first, but
there's a little like glare that shows the StreamYard comments on my window.
Yes.
It's getting in the way of my face, and I don't like it.
Do you want me to remove that?
I do. That's what you know. Ones of people come here for is to see my face. I have this on bad authority.
I'm the one that told him
that. Did you
say bad authority or bad authority?
What? I didn't say anything. Just writing down names like Jim Neal and Matt Passo.
Oh, that's right. I better find something to give away. Luckily, the giveaway bin is right down here. Let's see what I got.
Did we give away stuff for last month when you weren't here, Jared? Like we pulled names and everything.
Has anybody seen Jay?
Nobody told me.
No, we forgot to tell. We have to go back and watch the video.
Yeah, I can't remember who won. That's been too far away. I can't remember what I won yesterday.
Whoever it is didn't get anything because I didn't know about it.
We will rectify that.
We'll also correct it.
We'll rectify it right in the you know what? Never
mind. Yeah. Wrecked him.
Damn near killed him.
Oh, hello, everybody listening to us or watching us. We appreciate you being here. We are live. This is a live recording of an original Longbox Crusade episode 54.
54.
54. We're one away from 55. One away right now.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
I believe it.
No. It's verified.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Believe it.
We got people in the chat right now.
We do. It's more than one. That makes
more
it
than one. Yep. Three people.
We're killing
three cool guys.
3 cool guys in the chat. Yep. Because Pat's in there. 3 cool guys are in the chat.
What if Pat wasn't there? What if it was like Jim
chumps.
And then Matt?
Chumps.
All chumps. Got it.
Chumps.
I didn't say that.
Those are the LBC rules, I think.
Is it? Yeah, we'd have to find out. It's yet to be undocumented. That's undocumented right now.
Before we get started, I was going to show you guys some. I was going to be extra fancy today. Because I have 2 original pages from Detective Comics by Brayfogle. And I thought for sure it was in this book. This is 615. I have 611 and 614, so I don't get to be fancy during the
show. Loser. Put your lame book away, like with your stupid artists that aren't issues so that excited. We're talking about right I was like, now.
Ooh, I'm gonna talk about my pages. No,
you don't.
I do. So, but I squeezed it in somehow.
Betrayal. That's what hurts.
That's what hurts the most.
Second.
All right. Well, we got other people joining us now as people are coming in. We want to say hello, either on the X or the face.
Pat, hold on. Stop. Wait.
We got a new. Yeah, I see. Whoop, whoop.
We have somebody new. Anthony Manzano says hello, Longbox Crusade. I just subscribed to your channel. That's a smart man there.
Thank you.
Upper management potential right there.
Right.
All over him.
Yes.
He's going places.
We appreciate that, Anthony, and we hope you enjoy the show. And we'd love to hear your comments in the chat.
Yeah, let me just, you know what? While we're talking about being a subscriber, okay. We are just five more subscribers away from hitting 400. So thank you, Anthony.
On the tube of views?
On the tube of the views. We are 5 away. So
5 away.
Man, I feel like can we make it to 400? We're 5 away from 400, Jason. 400. Yeah. Can you
Anthony says we had too much faith in him. He's not upper management. He doesn't have the patience for nonsense.
He doesn't have patience for nonsense. He is at the wrong show.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your brief subscription, Anthony.
It's good to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, we are just 5 away. So to hit 400,
6, I think, at this point. Once Anthony finds out what's happening here.
We do appreciate you being here, Anthony. Thank you. And thank you for joining the chat.
Yeah, which is 5 more to go when we hit 400. Well, once we do that, there's nothing really. We'll be happy.
Yeah, we're on to our next level. You know, right. We've leveled up, and then we're on to the next one. So
that's right. Next boss fight.
We're on to it.
All right.
For this episode, we are doing a live. As our normal that we do, we will be covering Detective Comics 615 from June 1990. So hopefully some of you have read it. If not,
we'll fill
you don't need
blanks.
to. We'll fill in the blanks for you.
Did I need to read it?
Nah.
Yeah. We'll fill in the blanks. You know, it's Batman.
He's going to be doing like I do when he doesn't read the book. He's going with things he knows. Like, so the Penguin was up to nefarious things, wasn't it? Yeah.
There'll be some birds involved, I'm assuming.
Batman was like, you stop it with those birds.
So Batman, he's a bat. Can you believe it, man? Oh.
And there goes Anthony. Would you care for me to DJ in the cover, Pat, or do you want to do that later? I didn't want to step on your toes.
We'll just wait. But if you can, when we get to that point.
I don't know what that is, but I'll guess. I'll do my best guess.
Yeah, it'll come up in the script.
He'll go wink.
He'll make this noise.
Stop that.
Well, what is this in? Is it wink or is it? Okay.
That's exactly it, Pat, but stop that too.
All right. Well, guys, why don't we go ahead and get started? Give the people what they came for. And that's to go ahead and cover some Longbox Crusade. So for those of you in the chat, I'll ask you one more time. Come on in, get into the chat. We will be looking at chat along the way. So Delvin is our chat checker. He likes to check the chat, get your name in for our drawing, and also get your comments in as well, too, as we go through. And with that, I think it is time to record.
It is. I just want to remind everybody, because you just told him to get in the chat, he's taking names. Raffle giveaway at the end of the show. So you may have already won something by just sounding off in the chat. Who knows?
All right. Delvin, don't forget to put Pat. He was in there. Put him down for the raffle.
Not going to do that, Pat.
I had to ask. Anyway.
You and I won last week anyway.
Yeah, I think, I won last time. Yep. Yeah, I think I won last time.
The two of us, yeah.
Yep.
That's how I remember it.
We're giving away a flag, I think, at that point, and we won it.
2 flags, yep.
Two flags,
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Jarrett was going to send that to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. 2 flags.
2 flags, yep.
Mm-hmm. One is from the flag of Bermuda, and the other is the state flag of Texas. It has but 1 star. It's all alone. It's by itself.
Intentionally so.
Mm-hmm. It is in the state of being alone. It is alone. It is a star. It is in that state. I'm going to go back up.
All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to give it a 1, 2, and a 3. So it goes like this. You're listening to the Longbox Crusade podcast, episode 54, featuring Detective Comics 615, cover dated June 1990. Hello and welcome to the 54th episode of the Longbox Crusade. I am your host, Pat Sampson, aka DJ Christatos. The Longbox Crusade is a podcast where each episode a random comic is selected from a random month, and we cover it the year.
It's all very random.
Yeah, it's very random. I don't know. I'm trying to read this thing.
It's all right. Yeah. On your 55th episode, it'll
come together. Yeah. All right. Let me read the words as the words are written here. The Longbox Crusade is a podcast where each episode, a random cover month and year is chosen, and then an issue is selected from one of the Longbox Crusade crew members' comic collection. Each episode will summarize, review, and reminisce about the issue, ads, and the events for that time period. Joining me on this episode, we have Jared Ulbrich, aka the Death Probe, and I'm going to go with, let's do a quick question. What is your favorite era of Batman? Maybe, or a series.
I think it was it Jesus Jones who once said, right here, right now, watching the world wake up from his, like this era that we are covering right now, from now until about, the Dixon, man, I just thought of the Dixon universe in the early 2000s. Yeah. I was like, there's a lot of there.
There's a lot of good ones
there. Yeah. And I'm going to cheat just a little bit, and I'm going to defer a little time to a new guy, Anthony, in the chat. He asked us our thoughts on Batman Beyond and Birthright. Well, actually, I asked you, Pat. I don't know what Birthright is off the top of my head, but Batman Beyond is stellar and fantastic. And that's all I got.
I think Birthright is probably a newer one down
the road. Is that the Superman Birthright? I think that's Superman Birthright that he's talking about, and I have read that, and that was pretty good. I think Delvin's weighing in, but on the mutest of ways possible.
It is Superman Birthright.
Okay, I do remember that.
What do you?
I just want to squeeze him in. He asked a cool question, and he's new. Back to your format.
But what do you think about it, Jared?
Of what? Birthright?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I liked Birthright. Yeah, I read it all. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
Was that Mark Waid? Mark Waid do that?
12-issue maxi series, I think. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. If we're wrong, somebody in the chat. We got enough cool guys in the chat that'll help us out here. So go ahead and help us out with that. And let's go ahead and bring in Delvin the Dark Web Williams. How are you? And do you care to weigh in?
I'm good, Pat. Thank you for asking. I don't think I read Birthright. I know I read some Batman Beyond. Matter of fact, I want to say that I brought a Batman Beyond.
You did.
Yeah, it was for a Longbox Crusade. If you care to look back at our feed, Anthony, for that, we talked about an issue of Batman Beyond before. Batman Beyond was awesome. The cartoon was awesome. The comic book series was fun as well. The whole idea of Terry McGinnis and an older statesman, Bruce Wayne, and Ace, the dog, like all of that was fantastic. Whoever came up with the idea was well done. The whole execution of it was fantastic as well. I enjoyed it. I did not read Birthright though. So I'm afraid I don't know much about that. And I guarantee I'm going to go check now, on my CLZ database, and I bet I have it and I just forgot it, but I'm going to go look it up. And while you move it on to Jason.
All right. You look it up and I will move on to Jason. Jason, the Weasel Skull, is joining us as well. Jason, thank you for being here. And what's your thing with Batman on the question?
Well, to answer your question about my favorite era.
Okay.
I'm with Jared. This is my favorite era. This is when I started picking it up off the shelf again as a teenager. I really love Norm Brayfogle. He's my favorite Batman artist. I also enjoyed the Chuck Dixon run and the Ed Brubaker run as well. So there have been several iterations that I've really enjoyed. But I think if you hold me to the question, we're in my favorite era right here.
All right.
As far as Anthony's question is concerned, I think I have Superman Birthright in a trade that's sitting on my to be read pile, and I haven't read it yet. So I don't have an opinion there. But as far as Batman Beyond, I'm with the other fellas. We've all four, like Delvin said, we've kind of jumped into a couple issues here on the show. And we've also had a lot of discussions about why isn't this a feature film yet? Like,
Michael Keaton is right there.
He's right there. Right there. Grab him.
I think Warner Brothers / DC just have like the meeting, and then they're just like, yeah, we don't like money. Case closed.
Yeah.
Let's leave. By the way, since I looked it up, Superman Birthright came out. Cover date was September 2003. And Mark Waid was the writer, and Lionel Francis Yu
Yeah, it is what I was thinking of.
So, I mean,
yeah, that's what I got then. Yep.
high quality team. I do have it. I don't remember reading it though. So there we go.
Right. Thank you, Delvin. I haven't read it at all either. I'd have to look in my CLZ to see if I have that. I may or I may not. I'll have to shake it, see if it comes up. Shake that CLZ. Shake that CLZ. Y'all. Anyway, as far as Batman Beyond, I do enjoy the comic. We talked about it before. That was a great issue that Delvin brought. Lots to come to my mind, and the favorite era, I think it's this one, and this just brings it out of we'll get to it with memories and this era. So I want to hold back on my comments because I do have some for when we get into the issue of why this is a cool era for Batman. But with that, we want to invite you all to be part of the show by submitting your comments and memories, which we will feature on a future show, or even now, if you're listening to us right now, put them in the chat. Get on the live chat and provide us your memories and thoughts on this issue. Or you can reach out to us on all the social media at Longbox Crusade. Just search for us where you find social media, and we will be there. And you can also leave us a voice message at 707-532-5269. That number again is 707-532-LBOX.
Pick up the bat phone.
We hope you come along and join us on this crusade to read them all. Now, before we get started with this episode's issue review, let's go ahead and take a quick podcast promo break, and we will be right back. All right. If nothing in the chat.
We had a couple people chime in. My Auburn Elvis, welcome to the show, asked how old is Robin in this one, which is a Longbox Crusade throwback. I'll just have to leave it for if you know, you know. Matt Paso says the Tim Drake era was his favorite. I do personally think Tim Drake's probably the best Robin overall, especially because Dick Grayson moved on to become Nightwing, which is one of my personal favorites. Albert Elvis says, I'm a big fan of the Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon series. I heard good things. I have not watched it, but heard good things. And Jim Meal says, my first issues of Batman I picked up was the storyline that led up to Tim Drake putting on his Robin suit. So that era is my favorite. Yeah, like I, again, just know a little bit about it. And that, like, Tim was the one who's like, I know who you are, dude. And so that made him like the perfect Robin. He was like just a mini detective. So that was really, really cool. That's all the comments that we have, Pat.
All right. I appreciate that, Delvin. We'll get that slided in the editing for the podcast. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started with this one. I'll bring us back in. There we go. Just let me get to the right script. Jared, if you want to do the cover, now's the time. There you go. Awesome. Ooh. Double Dragon. Hiya.
I forgot that they slide around if you hold them too long on the new.
Oh, okay.
Behind the scenes, folks.
Behind the scene.
I messed it up. But we're good now.
Again, thank you guys all for watching. We have a few more watchers. Go ahead and get into the chat either in X or on the YouTube. Go ahead and chat us. Say hello to get your name in that raffle drawing, and to also provide your comments as we go through this. We will be looking and checking them as we go. With that, let's get started. Today's adventure from the Long Box is Detective Comics 615, which is cover dated June of 1990. The credits for this issue are provided by Mike's Amazing World of Comics. Publisher was DC. It's got a cover date of early June 1990. Its on sale date was April 24th of 1990. Cover price was $1. Editor is Dennis J. O'Neill. Writer is Alan Grant. The plotter is Marv Wolfman. Pencils go to Norm. Yep. I forgot to hold on that one. Pencils go to Norm Brayfogle. Inker is Steve Mitchell. Letterer is Todd Klein, and colorist is Adrian Roy. This is reprinted in Legends of the Dark Knight, Norm Breyfogle, Volume 2, hardcover from 2019. Or you can find it in Batman the Cape Crusader, Volume 3, trade paperback, also from 2019. As we see on the cover, the artist is Norm Breyfogle. Jarrett, give us a cover description.
Can do, Pat. I'm going to give everyone a assignment on this one. Delvin, you will do humorless grunts of the Batman when I call your name. Humorless grunt. Yeah, you got it. Pat, you're on bird noises when I call your name.
Okay, I got that.
I wanted bird noise.
Jason, I saved Oswald Cobblepot noises for you. So I think those are
okay.
It's like bird noises amped up a little bit. So here we go. The beautiful DC Bullet logo is black and white. The Dark Knight, Melvin. That didn't even have to call his name. He was ready.
No, I was gonna do that to interrupt you, and it just happened to work right on time. Damn it!
Anyway, that Dark Knight vaults from a gray-blue corner box, and the Detective Comics logo has a gradient orange to yellow effect. The main action is right out of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, Pat. Also from some kung fu movies I've seen. Downtown Gotham is being overwhelmed with birds, Pat. Took it. And destruction ensues. Batman is small on the cover as he surveys the carnage, gargoyle style from a rooftop. Looming large in the background is the triumphant face of the Penguin, Jason.
Money.
And a cover box lets us know that this is the Penguin affair, Jason.
Money, bird.
Part 2. Back to you, Pat.
Oh, you didn't call me.
Also the 5-assed monkey.
No, it's the 4-ass monkey, Jared.
Those are old South Park jokes from when we were in college, and that show is still on.
That's still worth, yeah, unbelievable. That show is still running. All right, well, thank you, Jarrett, for that fun cover synopsis. Let's go ahead and find out what we thought about the cover, and we'll go to Jason. What's your thoughts on the cover?
It's kind of a cool cover, busy. The things that I like about it, it might sound funny, but I just really love the font of the Penguin Affair Part 2. That kind of old Englishy style font kind of classes up the cover a little bit. I don't know. It just makes it a little classier. The penguin, kind of the shaded outline of the penguin is cool. He's kind of dominating the photo, or the cover, and yet he's kind of camouflaged in the background a little bit, which kind of dovetails with the story because Batman's trying to figure out what's going on and who's behind it. So I like it. I like it that it ties to what's going on in the story. And then we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the Dark Knight himself. Norm Breyfogle, like Batman up close, Batman far away, he always manages to catch just the right angle, just the right shade. And the one thing that stands out to me that he always did best was that big bat emblem right on his chest, man. So it's like completely black outline of Batman, dark in the background, but that bat signal is just blazing on the chest, and I love it.
A very good call outs there, Jason. Lots of going on in this one, busy everywhere, but I think it is all strategically placed for this issue. Delvin, what are your thoughts on the cover?
Batman came out, the movie, right, 1989.
1989. It came out. It was a number. It was during the summer.
Yes.
And we got down with the funky beats of Princess's Drummer.
Got it. Now, the reason why I asked is like I was not reading Batman at the time. So I thought that the comic book just basically immediately switched over to where he was the Dark Knight. And he was always wearing dark clothes and everything was dark. And that's not the case since this came out in 90 and they hadn't quite transitioned over, at least not in Detective Comics. Like if you even look at just the overall feel of the cover, doesn't it feel older? Like from the font of Detective comic books to even just like what Jason said about like the Penguin, like even just how it's designed, everything just looks like it just harkens back to a simpler time where Batman wore gray and he wore blue, and sometimes he quipped even to himself, as opposed to as it got like deeper and deeper into the 90s and he just became the Bat, you know, like, so it's pre that time. And I could see how this time was simpler and maybe even a little more enjoyable in a sense, which is weird because I came on to Batman, like started reading it sometime late 90s, I want to say. And so just it's interesting just seeing the contrast in styles from then to what it became to where it is now.
Yeah, that is interesting. Can I ask, when did you start reading?
Man, I don't remember. It had to be sometime in college. Like I know, like I've mentioned on quite a few of our shows, it started with Transformers for me. Then I know I moved to Amazing Spider-Man, and I know I didn't start collecting anything DC until I got to college. And I always also wonder, like, how in the heck did I find money to buy comic books? Because I didn't.
I have the answer to that, Delvin, but we're not going to talk about
Jared, no, let's move on. Let's talk about what you think about the book.
Yeah, Jared, let's go ahead and get to your thoughts on the cover. And then we'll circle back to Delvin, see who got some thoughts on it from the chat as well. So, Jared, what are your thoughts on this cover? I know you're a big Batman fan, so this is up your alley right here.
It is, but I looked at this cover through the eyes of an inker, because I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the show or not, but I've inked a few comic books in my life. And
first I've heard of it.
Okay, well, welcome to the show. I think he inked himself because in your research you said it was just Norm Brayfogle, and I think that's fine. But in my head, I love to think of him like calling his inker. He's like, "Yeah, I finished the pencils at 6:15. Good news, man. Batman, simple silhouette. We're gonna fill it in with black." And the inker's like, "This is my day to shine." Then this shows up on his desk, and he's like, "Son of a beep." Because he's got to do all that architecture, which means you got to get out your rulers and your stencils. He's got smashed vehicles. He's got to ink 652 birds. I was like, man, this is an inker's nightmare. But kudos to Brayfogle if he did it himself. And then I want to give some other kudos to the colorist, who the colorist kind of added the skyline, and it just did a lot with it. And it's definitely evocative of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. And I think the entire story is, inspired by Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. And it absolutely shows that. It doesn't really focus on Batman. It doesn't really focus on the Penguin. It focuses on the carnage and the birds. And but yet somehow gets Batman and Penguin in there. And I think it's cool.
Yeah, I just looked through the issue and I couldn't find anywhere in it, either in DC or whatever they call that, nothing about who did the cover. So we're going by what Mike says, and Mike says it's just Brayfogle, but I wouldn't put it past him. Like you said, he's a man of many talents, that Brayfogle is. But yeah, I agree too. Also on the color, I love I guess, you're going to call it the Indiana Jones color scheme for the
for the title font, right? Yeah,
title font. And as Jason said too, the Penguin affair, it gives you that kind of detective-y feel to it.
Victorian Sherlock Holmes,
feel to it, and then you just so much about this cover is really nice to see, in that looming penguin in the background. I find very interesting.
I don't know if you want to do the sound effect again.
Money.
Yeah, see, it's me, Penguin. Let's go, Delvin. Anything in the chat?
Nothing in the chat, but a quick search of the dark web. Meow, meow. It says Norm Brayfogle did the cover for 6:15.
All right. Just no inker, so yeah, he didn't screw anybody over. And it's going to be 42 bricks in the foreground of the one building. Add some more birds. Add some more birds.
I think we need more birds.
More birds.
Did we talk about that on the last? I think we covered an earlier issue of either Batman or a detective, and there was birds.
Yeah, you
and there was
brought one, and it was penguin related. It might have been part one. No,
I was thinking it was
connected to
earlier.
this.
Yeah.
It was a few months before this, but yeah, it was a penguin related issue.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and get to a synopsis of this issue. And that's brought to you by me.
Is it, Pat? Is it really?
Yes. Well, you know, how I use my stuff, you know. Chat.
Is it UGPT?
Yep. We have a little help from that as well, too. Here we go. The title is Bird of Ill Omen. And I went, well, before I go in and all that, I wanted to know, just make sure I'm saying these words right. Who is it Huron?
Heron.
Okay.
Heron.
It's a type of bird, cleverly enough.
See, I didn't know that. Heron. Okay.
Yeah, Huron is a type of lake. It's great.
Yeah.
And heroin is what you and Dave definitely do not sell.
No, we don't.
No,
none of that. Now you guys are confusing me. I'm going to say it wrong.
Heron. It's heron.
Heron. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Well, let's get into it now. The Penguin, a man who loves life, is as twisted as his umbrella.
His love life. His love life.
Oh, a love life. Yeah. Okay. See,
Take two.
Take two. Thank you. The Penguin, a man whose love life is as twisted as his umbrella, has kidnapped actress Sherry West. Apparently, he's fallen for her villainous TV persona, Huron. No, Heron. Okay. Heron. He tries to woo her by showing off his computer, which who wouldn't do that nowadays?
I knew that would appeal to you, Pat.
Yes. A device he uses to turn Gotham's birds into feathery missiles. Batman, ever the party pooper, almost gets pecked to death before he whips out his ultrasonic device, essentially giving the birds a massive headache and disrupting Penguin's remote control. Meanwhile, in another part of Gotham, the birds have managed to down a jet, and from the wreckage, a creature emerges, proving that even in a city full of lunatics, there's always room for one more bizarre survivor. Ooh. All right. With the story synopsis out of the way, let's go ahead and get into what did you guys think of the story? And we'll flip it around. We're going to start with Delvin.
Sure. Let's start with me. First, welcome Kathy Bright, the MVP and the recent birthday girl. Happy belated birthday, Kathy. What do I think about Detective Comics 615? It's pretty good. And I would be remiss. It's an old bit, but as soon as I saw the artist, I had to smile because I know that both Jared and Jason are a big part of the Bray Hive.
I forgot about that bit.
I didn't. I did not. Oh my goodness. And so I know we're going to talk about art a little bit later, but I just did a quick flick through the book, and man, if Todd McFarlane from early Spider-Man doesn't credit Norm Brayfogle as a part of his artistic muses, I'd be like, sir. So I just wanted to say that I noticed a few similarities there, or maybe Brayfogle adapted his style just a tad. I don't know, because I've seen some of Brayfogle stuff. It's always good. And then the story itself, it definitely felt pretty late 80s to 90s. But at the same time, you have people nowadays that are very enraptured by TV stars and their personas and everything. I watch wrestling. Like, wrestlers are, for the most part, they aren't portraying who they actually. The best wrestlers are the ones who basically are being themselves, but they amp their personalities up like times 10. So like this lady, even though she's like, this is not who I am as an actual human, sure enough, in order to appease Penguin, what does she do? She fell right back into the acting persona because she's like, this mofo is crazy and he might kills me. So I better give him what he wants. So I like that part of it. That part of it was pretty cool. And the whole specter of how terrible the birds were cool too. And I would be remiss if I did not say Ezra Gallo apparently was correct. He hates birds, by the way.
Ah, okay. Now we understand.
That's right. You know, I started with a bit that people forgot, and I ended with a bit that people forgot.
Bits that time forgot with Delvin Williams. Trash can.
All right. Well, thank you, Delvin, for your thoughts on the story. Let's go ahead and get to Jason. What's your thoughts about the story?
As I read through it, my first thought was my son Drake and I had just finished reading through watching the Bruce Timm Batman animated series. Like we went through every episode. And this had a feel of that. It kind of I was making that connection. The storylines are pretty tight and pretty well contained. I like that element of it. Batman is the character. Some writers can play Batman as very, very dark, almost to the point of being depressing. And then you've got some that can have him too light. And this one seems to have found the balance just about right. You know, Batman is serious and he's strategic. And he also still has kind of a bit of a sense of humor. And there's a little bit of levity in this book, which listeners will know I enjoy. I like a little bit of comedy, even in my darker books like Batman. So I like that. Penguin was really the most interesting character to me because Penguin can be a little bit of he's not much of a physical menace for Batman. He's not quite as crazy as the Joker, you know, so sometimes you can just be kind of a grotesque thief. And there was a bit of an element to this too, but in his, you know, just kind of warped pursuit of heron, you really see like there's an element to this guy that is really, really dangerous. So I think they had the balance of the villain as well. And of course they were straight up ripping off the birds, but that's fine. If you're going to rip off source material, Hitchcock's a good one to rip off from in a Detective Comics issue. So I didn't really have a problem with that either. So overall, very enjoyable issue. I'm curious to what happened in part 1. I'm curious in what's going to happen in part 3, and I'm really curious of who crawled out of that plane crash. So they got your boy hooked on this one. So good pick.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on the hooks of this one, and it kind of goes back to what I mentioned earlier on in the beginning. One thing I like about this is that the tying in that it does with multiple comics. You know, we see it saying, hey, you need to read Batman before this one, or let me just make sure I got that right.
Yeah, well, it was this is the era where the Batman and detective stories were continuing each other. They weren't independent of one another. They were like the triangle era of Superman.
Yeah, before it was the triangle, because Triangle started in 1991. So I like this storytelling. This is kind of, well, we'll get to it too later on, but this is kind of where I started getting in a little bit more on the comics a lot more. And so I just love that fact that you got to go and chase down another book. Gives you something to do and look for, but it also, you know, it's them trying to do their sales things pitch as well too, but it's episodic. And I think I'm a sucker for some episodic stuff that I like.
I mean, if anything, it shows that there's a plan in place.
Yeah.
Because sometimes by the time, like, Spider-Man never did this. Like, even when Spectacular Spider-Man came out, right? They sort of linked the books, but the storylines weren't really cohesive, right?
Yeah, where you had
by the time it got to the 90s, there was Amazing, there was Spec, there was Web, and there was adjective-less Spider-Man, and none of them connected. They were just telling 4 different Spider-Man stories to the point where you're like, how in the heck could Spidey be in all these places at once? He couldn't. So, like, I kind of like this. It sort of showed that, like, the writers and the creative teams got together and crafted a cohesive story.
Yeah, building the universe. I like to think about it that kind of way, and just I love the episodicness of it. Jarrett, what's your thoughts?
I was just thinking about what Delvin said. I know we're talking about Batman, but I was thinking about Spider-Man, and he's right. I don't think they cross over. They do cross over briefly for Craven's Last Hunt.
Yeah,
that is told across title, but it's a brief. They only do it seriously when the Clone Saga arrives. And that is a long time to have 4 books that don't really bleed into each other. But hey, yeah, it's all a matter of what the editorial team's doing here. And to focus back on Detective Comics 615 and the story therein, yeah, it's kind of that late 80s, early 90s Batman story perfection that you expect from Grant and Breyfogle. It really is. I got a kick out of how it was like with a plot by I think it was Wolfman. Marv Wolfman was plotting.
Yeah.
Which I think was code for, hey man, The Birds was on Turner Classic Movies last night. You should write a comic like The Birds.
I got an idea.
What makes you wonder is, was Wolfman doing who was doing Batman at this time? Maybe that's all part of the.
This was the Dennis. This is like the Dennis O'Neill, I think, was on the other book, and Alan Grant was on this one, or they'd flip a lot of Denny O'Neill and Alan Grant in this time. I'm wondering. I'm looking in your. Oh, Dennis O'Neill was the editor now.
Was the editor?
So he was sort of driving the ship at this point. So I guess he'd sort of graduated up, but maybe he was also writing. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely think of the sort of the Denny O'Neill, Alan Grant era, sort of bleeding in together. Yeah, and we'll talk some more about that when we get to memories, like you said, Pat. But yeah, this story, it's very Penguin-y, of the 90s. Which is weird because this is also the era where they sort of shift gears with him, and this is in mid-gear shift because he shifts from being the money, like just bonkers fat dude with a top hat that he's been for years, into like a legitimate crime boss, more of a Falcone character, you know, and we're watching him in mid-change because he has that end goal. He's like, yeah, I'm about to take Gotham and maybe more, you know, like I might go bigger than that. But he still has the bonkers, like he doesn't understand this girl's an actress. Like he's smart enough to do all these things, but he just has that little thing in him that doesn't work right, you know, because it's the Penguin. And so, yeah, I think it's neat. And I wholeheartedly agree with Jason. You know how much I love a good cliffhanger. That's probably my favorite thing in the book was the stinger of, because I saw that hand of that like monstrous creature come out of the cratered airplane. Yeah. And I'm like, I have read every single one of these and I do not remember who that is.
I don't know who that is coming out of there, but
if you force me to put money on it, one of the clay faces, maybe.
My guess was Solomon Grundy.
That was mine too.
What day of the week is this? That's a good guess. I don't remember. So it's cool.
Yeah, we'll have to see who I find out who that is. I'm interested as well. I like what Penguin was doing, that he was recording this show that he was, you know, and like you said, he thought it was real, and he was, you know, after this girl. And kind of similarness for me was that during this time, you know, I was a big 90210 watcher. So I like me some Shannon Doherty.
Okay, I'm going back on mute.
Oh yeah, but I you know, I did like that. I like that he was doing that. It just remind me of, because I would you know record every
the time you kidnapped Shannon. Let's cut to the chase.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I got a few posters, but that's about it. Anyway.
Oh, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out, or maybe everybody already noticed, but at least to our listening audience who maybe didn't get a chance to read the book or whatever, I already mentioned that the actress's name is Heron, which is a kind of bird, which I learned from my very grumpy grandfather one time when we were out driving around. And I was like, look at those ducks. And he very sternly looked at me and said, those are great blue heron.
Oh,
It's a lovely memory. And I have to point out that the actress's real name, her last name was West. This is a Batman book. I don't think that's an accident.
Because Hollywood is in the West.
Yeah, exactly. Jason.
I got it. All right.
It's Adam
West. Yes.
West, yeah.
Makes sense. Definitely. There's a lot of things going on in this one. One of the things I like too is the action. This is a very action-packed issue. And as we'll get into the art, it definitely helps and shows it.
If you like feathers, this book is for you.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the art.
Wait.
Oh,
hold the presses. Stop it. Delay things.
Stop the press.
I looked up who was the bad guy for Detective Comics 616. Some dude named Kith, C''TH.
This would explain why I don't remember.
Right. It's like
Gene Simmons with a lisp.
With a kiss of death for that guy. Hey-o.
Right. So that's all I got. Like, so it was not that great of a reveal.
Everybody shoots their shot, like one day the cinematic universe, this first Kith appearance is going to be it.
Right. Yeah.
And the guy who created Triathlon.
And then 616 is going to cost you $57 on eBay to buy.
All right. Well, thank you, Doin, for that dark web deep dive and information. Let's go ahead and get to the story art. The art in this one, man, it's Brayfogle. Jason, what's your thoughts?
You nailed it. It's Brayfogle. I'm going to sound like a broken record to anybody who's ever listened to us talk about a Brayfogle specific episode. To me, the tenets of a good storytelling art is how much does it pull me through the comic, right? And I've had some controversial takes on the great Todd McFarlane. I think Todd McFarlane was a tremendous cover artist and a pain in the butt storytelling artist. I think that several of his comics were told in 6 issues that could have been told in 4 if Norm Brayfogle had been doing the art on this. Norm can draw the small, seemingly inconsequential panels to a high degree of detail, but in an effective way. He can pull you across fight scenes so everything looks fluid and organic. In this issue, I draw you to the parallels of the Batman car crash and the plane crash happening concurrently. You could see that cinematically unfolding in a way that was very compelling. The art is clean. It doesn't need to be, every panel doesn't need to be half a page, and pin-up worthy. It just needs to tell a good story, be highly detailed, enough to let us know what's going on. And he's the best at it. Enough said.
All right. You definitely said a lot there, Jason. Delvin, what's your thoughts?
Art is good.
Okay.
I don't think I need to say anything else. Jason very perfectly encapsulated it. It shows the beauty of this show sometimes, that we can come out with some intelligence takes and then in the next second, these nuts. Anyway, I have nothing important to add at all, so I'll hand it off to Jared.
I don't really either. I will broken record what I say on all of them. But Jason, I said most of it. I'll just say that no one does motion like Brayfogle. No one does motion and energy like him. And he's the best, I think, that ever did it. And I love Norm Brayfogle. And I love Batman.
All right. Well, I don't think I can say much either besides, this is Brayfogle's work. I really thought it helped tell the story just alone in the artwork and the colors. Just a tour de force in layouts, art, and color. But before we move on, let's go ahead and talk Jarrett's point of art for this book.
All right, bud. if we were to stumble across at a convention someone who had every page of this here book of 615, and they said, hey, you can have one of these here pages for free. And I haven't mentioned it yet on the show, but I do have a couple of Norm Brayfogle pages. Not for this book.
That's not true, Jared. You did mention it. You mentioned it earlier.
It was before the recording
book. And
yeah, but that was like the audio version. But anyway, so anyway, let's all pick a page. Who's already got a page picked? Give me an excited look, and we'll start with that person. Jason got all fired up.
Page 18, where he's fighting all the birds in Wayne Manor with that big mace. That's my page right there. That encapsulates what's going on in this particular issue magnificently.
It does. It really does. And I had page 18 as a possibility for myself as well, but I have a backup. And Pat is showing everyone that is, not part of the listening audience, but the viewing audience. Very, very cool. And we will go to Delvin.
I know. As soon as he said page 18, I thought that was great. I thought the very first opening splash page was very, very good as well. Like those would have been my two choices. So if I came to Norm just a second before Jason buzzed off, then I'd say, you know what, that's fine. I'm cool with page 1. I'm absolutely okay with it.
I love it. I love it too. Pat, what do you got?
Jason stole mine. 18 was really cool.
Yeah,
just
18
I think
great.
The fact that it's Batman, you got Alfred, you got Tim, and just him getting attacked by birds in the home.
Love it. Yes. And I will add my page of 13. This is Batman underwater after the Batmobile has crashed into was it a lake or a river? Body of water. And I like that page for a couple of reasons. One, you get both Batman and the Penguin on the page, which is great if you're going to have an original page of art. Because although I do have 2 Norm Brayfogle pages, neither one of them have Batman on them because you pay extra for that.
A lot extra.
But I want to point out artistically that not only is Brayfogle great at everything, but look at this underwater shot. And I want to point your attention to, if you're looking at it, not only is Batman's cape floating in the water with that effect, but even the tear on his shoulder is rendered in a different way where it has a float. The fabric is floating up instead of how you would normally draw that tear on the shoulder, because Brayfogle pays attention to those kind of things. And it's incredible. And he's even got the slightly puffed cheeks of the whole held breath. And I love it. It's just artistically, I think it's great. And I think that's it for our pages, unless anybody in the chat had a page they were excited about, which is tough if you don't have the book in front of you, so that rarely happens.
There wasn't, but Matt Passo did add, this was some time ago, but it still applies, that the legends are the legends for a reason. Yeah. So it's possible that Matt might be a low-key member of the Bray Hive.
I want to point out, and I think I did this on a previous episode, but I want to point out that the Bray Hive, as Delvin calls it, the fans of Brayfogle, what's weird is I don't remember that being a thing at this time. At this time, every kid I knew that I was reading comic books with was talking about Todd McFarlane and Eric Larson, and no one was talking about Norm Bray. Like when I would go to the lunch table and be like, that Norm Brayfogle, they were like, shut up. Like, who the hell is that? And I'm just like, it befuddles me now that we look back, and the man has received legend status as well. He should, but I just want to point out that at the time, at least in my circle of friends, not a hot item, which I thought was weird then. I think it's weird now.
Well, come on. I mean, that's easy though. Like Tom McFarlane was hip. He was with it, that's just like, like they had a whole commercial with Rob Liefeld. The dude literally was like, I never went to any official drawing school. It's like, we know, Rob.
We can tell.
But they're like, he doesn't know how to draw. Jeez. So that's just the way that it went, like I would have to look through Norm Brayfogle's what is it called? A collection of artwork.
Portfolio.
Thank you for that word. Portfolio. I would have to look through Norm's portfolio to see, like, was he at the waning end of like his popularity or not. I'd have to give it a look. But I mean, that's the answer though, Jared.
You know what's weird is I couldn't tell you a book that Breyfogle worked on before this. Like I only know him from Batman, and then like I remember like he subsequently did the Hellcat series, which is the whole reason I bought it, and it ended up being a very fun series. I liked it quite a bit. But like it's almost like he came out of nowhere, which makes me wonder if maybe his style, and this is just guessing, people in the chat, feel free to help me out. His style feels like it came from like the horror side of things. And I wonder if he came from like one of those horror books or something, or if he just spontaneously showed up one day and was like, put him on Batman.
Come on, I'm with you. Let's get some answers together, Jared. In 1984, Breyfogle penciled a 6-page story for DC Comics' New Talent Showcase. Let's see, et cetera, et cetera. This was followed by several issues of First Comics' American Flag, penciling a backup story titled Bob Violence in 1985. During this time, he drew for Tales of Terror, a horror anthology published by Eclipse Comics. Following that, Breyfogle wrote, illustrated, and lettered a Captain America story in Marvel Fanfare 29. He then drew Whisper for First Comics in 1986, 1987, his first monthly book, before landing on Detective Comics starring Batman by DC Comics. Wikipedia says that his most notable works were Batman, Detective Comics, and a book called Prime.
I remember Prime.
Yeah, not Optimus Prime.
No,
the Malibu Comics Ultraverse.
Yeah,
okay.
That is weird. Like, I'm glad that I guessed horror, but he'd done more. But it's almost true that he kind of should, because he went from basically indie books, high end indie. First Comics is a step above indie. That's where we get Badger and Nexus and all that stuff and Grimjack. Mm-hmm. But he went from that to like, normally you go to like Green Arrow,
right?
Or,
yes.
But like here is our best book. Like,
especially at the heyday,
like he popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, here is the book that is literally what DC stands for. We're going to give you that.
You're
book.
on it. Yeah. And at this time, Batman could not have been hotter.
Yep.
Could not have been hotter. Wow, the gods were smiling on him with this timing.
That's super. And what's also super interesting is like, his debut was 84. In my head, he would have been like around doing some 70s stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And so like, no, he was basically relatively new, about 5 years into the industry. And they're like, we are giving you Detective comic books starring Batman. Like depending on if you're like where you rank him as far as importance in the in the DC universe, he's either 1 or 2. That's it. Like any other discussion isn't even credible. It's either you think Superman's number 1 and Batman's number 2, or Batman's number 1, and it doesn't matter. That's it. That any other argument doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, looking at his style, and this is just supposition, I have no paperwork to back this up or anything, but I get the feeling that DC snagged him up for this because it's unique. We've talked about it. It's high energy, but I also get the feeling that he's like Herb Trimpe, and that I get the feeling he can work fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything feels like he can go fast, but it still looks super cool.
Yeah. I'm assuming, I think you're onto something there with that. Production wise, they wanted to make sure with the
hit the gates. Yep.
Batman is out there. Let's keep this rolling. Get that content out there. It's all about keeping that content out there.
Because that happens every now and again, right? Because I remember back in the mid 90s, like I was collecting Uncanny X-Men, and they put a pretty hot new artist on, Joe Madureira, and it's like. And then all of a sudden, Uncanny X-Men started coming out like once every 2 months for a while. Like, and they tried to keep up with it. It's like, we're gonna have to ask you to leave, Joe, because he was just like, because you got to have that book out once a month. It's too important to not have Uncanny X-Men out on the stands. You can't do it. Exact same thing with DC and any Batman comic book. It is freaking Batman. You must have a Batman comic out of DC Comics. It's still a publication.
Yeah.
I'm going to toss one question and I'm going to allow us to move on, Pat. And I bet Jason knows. Pat, you might. Don't any of you might know. So you got Brayfogle ended up here, a detective. Who remembers who was drawing Batman? And I'll give you a hint. It is another absolute titan. Like, he's incredible. He's a top tier Batman artist.
Dang it out. It's not Graham Nolan. That was a little bit later.
He came later. Yeah, he came a little later, and Graham did a great job.
Are you saying before?
Like at this time,
who else was drawing?
Late 80s to early 90s. It was Brayfogle on one book and this guy in the other. And goodness gracious, could we have been more blessed? This guy was more from the 70s. I remember we've talked about some of the older stuff, and he kind of grew up in it.
Minch?
Doug Minch came a little later, not too far off this, but the other guy was Jim Aparo, who was drawing.
That's right. Yeah. Right.
And I think Minch, I think was Minch. I think Minch was a writer. Now that you mention it,
we covered Phantom Stranger.
I knew we covered him somewhere. There was Aparo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that dude can draw. Just
yes. And whoever the editor was, like even in hindsight, he's sitting back like. I was freaking cooking, boy. Look at this art. Like that's me.
I had Aparo and Brayfogle. Come on. Oh man, Aparo. Yeah. 10 Nights at the Beast, man. 10 Nights at the Beast.
Yeah.
This was Death in the Family, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Good time to be a Batman fan. Definitely around this era. Lots to consume and just enjoy. And, we continue to come back to it. But speaking of coming back to it, let's go ahead and find out, do you guys have a memory? Does this bring back a memory for you, whether it's Batman, Detective, somewhere in June of 1990? Let's get your memories from back then. And we'll go to Jason. What's your memory?
Well, I had graduated high school about a year ago, and I was wandering aimlessly in the desert trying to figure out what to do. But Batman was still a big part of my life. I fell back in love with Batman as a junior, I guess, back in high school, and so I was following these books pretty religiously. So yeah, I guess it's like, never had a lot of money. I was a slacker, had no ambition, and it was great. Miss those days.
I think we all do. We definitely all do. A simpler time, and it was a good time. I think for me, just like you, I was done with my junior year and heading into my senior year in June of 1990. Just got done with junior year and heading into senior, and I remember during the summer of riding my moped to the next town over, about it's just 20 miles away, but riding a moped through the back country roads to get to a comic shop to start picking up these comics that I had a box for. And I was started collecting Batman and Green Lantern and just all kinds of other comics that were out there with the money that I had working at the grocery store. So good times back then. Man, these were simpler times. Jared, what's your memory?
Man, we used to beat the crap out of this kid who rode his moped from the grocery store.
Steal his money.
I was in a gang. We had a gang of mopeds.
The chess club is not a gang. Anyway, I noticed the on sale date is April of 1990, which guess what, Pat? Guess where that lands old Jared and Jason at this time?
In Germany?
If you guess Germany, then you guess correct.
I know my Albrecht history. Yes.
This would have been like probably one of the last books we picked up, because if it had an on sale date of April, that means we got it in May.
Okay.
And then we moved from Germany that June, July time frame. So yeah, this was right when we were moving. This was probably about the last one we probably ever picked up at a Stars and Stripes, or maybe we even just missed this one and ended up picking up in back issue at the Dragon's Lair there in North Carolina, which is where we landed next with Dad's next duty station.
Wow.
So this was definitely a transition comic from Germany to North Carolina. And like Jason said, we were not missing Batman. Like we dabbled here and there on this and that, and a few here and a few there, but Batman and Detective were core books. And yeah, we stuck with them.
Oh, awesome.
Batman, Spider-Man, those were core books.
Core books, yeah.
Others would come in and out. Jason was pretty loyal to the Avengers too. He bought a lot of
Avengers and X-Men. Yeah.
And X-Men.
X-Men, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Delvin, what's a memory for you from 1990?
I went looking for comic books, and I had not started collecting Amazing Spider-Man yet. It was on the David Michelinie and Eric Larson run at the time I looked, and it was a picture of Venom like diving at some bad guys or something like that. So I hadn't started there. I was about a year off. Transformers was on issue 67, picture of Galvatron on the cover. So like giving Pat like a little bit of
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it for me.
It's not a spoiler. Just saying Galvatron was on the cover. That is a fact, but it doesn't say anything about the storyline, so I won't mention anything about it either. So the only thing I have is a life memory, and I'm pretty sure that for whatever reason, like the summer of that was going into 8th grade, where like young Delvin, who everyone thought was going to be kind of a shorter, chubby kid, all of a sudden shot up. And I was telling my mom every day how my knees were just aching because I guess those growth plates were working. And then all of a sudden, I wound up being this, like, by the end of 8th grade, being this like tall, gangly kid, like out of the blue, where I was not that way, going into 6th grade and into 7th grade. So like I got tall all of a sudden. I guess the genes started kicking in, man. So there you go.
Oh, awesome. You got good genes, Delvin. Got good genes.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this part of the show. You got a comment or a question, or you got a backstory, a memory you want to share with us? We'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and send us an email at contact@longboxcrusade.com, or go make a social media comment. It's all at Longbox Crusade. You can find us there. We will be right back.
Still waiting on that to wear off and Delvin will become short and chubby again. I'm going to beat the piss out.
I can imagine like Jared invents a time machine and everyone's like, are you going to go back and maybe, like Hitler as a baby? It's like,
No.
Williams got a thing or two coming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is this the second ad break, Pat?
This is the second ad break.
Well, I got something I can play for you. And
you got something you can play for us. We like to get our sponsorship here, and we've gotten collabed with Q106.5. If you haven't listened to Q106.5,
you're about
what are you doing? What are you doing? First you listen to Longbox Crusade, then listen to Q106.5 when you don't got any more Longbox Crusade. But the finest thing is, even on Q106.5, if you go to the podcast area, you're going to see us there.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. They play the 80s and the 90s. Imagine that.
And some deep cuts, too. That's my favorite.
Really deep cuts. Super deep
jamming
cuts.
the Mary,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's from Run DMC, from Tougher Than Leather.
We'll go on and on. Let me play this promo.
Yeah.
We just got the new promo in from Q106.5. Like I said, they are a partner with us. Let's give it a listen.
Cover the legendary Q106.5 in your car, on your smart speaker, on your phone. Browse to Q1065.com. 80s, 90s. This is a radio station with a vibe. Download our app or listen online. Search at Q1065 Radio on social media. The Q is your favorite radio station. Discover Q106.5 and hear the 80s and 90s hits on the radio station with personality. Q106.5.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Q106.5. Listen to it and have some fun with it. I mean, I can know we're listening to it every day, or just about every day. All of us are. And sometimes we're having fun game too. And you know what? I want you to do this. If you're listening to it, and there's a song that you really like, post it, tag us in it, tag the Longbox Crusade in it, and let's get a conversation going.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, we're already doing it privately. Like,
yeah.
I will text Pat screenshots of like, this song is playing right now. And he's like, I know, I'm listening at work, so join the fun.
It's a fun. Join the fun.
If you hear something you like, post it and at Longbox Crusade on it, and we will chat with you about it.
Definitely. I love to talk about that stuff. I'm an 80s and 90s kind of guy. All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and get started with the next part. Welcome back from the break. Let's continue with the show. Now it's time to scan through the featured issue of Detective Comics 615, cover dated June of 1990, for the top ads that stood out to us in the segment called Add It Up.
Add it up, add it up, add it up. See what you got. You got to add it up.
Yeah. All right. Let me get to the media part and see if I can see everything. Okay.
I was going to pull those up for you. You know.
Okay. You got it. Okay.
Got you covered.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Here are the ads that stood out to us, and we'll go ahead and start with Delvin. Delvin, what ad stood out to you?
Double Dragon, baby. Specifically, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Like, I mean, Double Dragon was already cool. It's like you got like two brothers and they're going through the neighborhood fighting street toughs, with martial
Ruffians,
arts. Yeah, so martial arts moves, with the Judy chop and the Judy kick. You didn't see it, but like my foot went up in the air. It was super high. Trust me on that. So Double Dragon, like, it was basically the same. I think they made it a little fancier with the graphics or whatever. And I remember this tornado kick as well, that you'd have to press the A-B button to jump and then the A-B button while you're in the air to hit the spin kick. How do you remember? My God, this came out in 1990. I remember this 35 years ago, how to execute a spin. The jump spin kick from Double Dragon. Come on, man. Like,
dude, down forward back high kick is Liu Kang's finishing move in Mortal Kombat 2, where he turns into a dragon, and I will never forget it.
Yeah, Liu Kang, man, Liu Kang was the easy one, because you do like forward A, like for like the jump kick, or either he throw the fireball.
Was the one where he did the little bicycle thing.
You'd have to hold the button for a little bit and then let it go.
You had to hold low kick for like 15 seconds, so you had to like fake like you were just on defense, and then as soon as that guy let his guard down, you let go of that button, and it was all
It's got to be something in the mixture of a soda with some high caffeine in it, and Doritos at the time,
which was the worst thing to eat because it get all over the thing, but we did it anyway.
Matt Passo just says, "Ooh, one of the best game ads ever." So Matt's with me.
Yeah, it's so good. Like the ad itself, like artistically, it's your ad. I'll shut up.
No, I know you're fine. I wanted to add though, since you guys mentioned like the high caffeine drinks, I went to a vitamin shop just a couple of weeks ago, and they were selling Jolt Cola as an energy drink.
Yes.
I heard
all
it
the
was
sugar,
coming
twice
back.
The caffeine. I remember that.
All the sugar, twice the caffeine. It's like, that is not an energy drink. Like, what?
Well, it is.
This? Now it is. They're trying to sell, unless if you strip the sugar out of it, then you could use it like a pre-workout maybe. But still,
yeah, it's an energy drink the same way that cocaine is a supplement.
Diabolical. Sorry,
I saw
Pat.
how nervous you got there when you mentioned that, Pat. I saw you get nervous.
Joe, man. Oh man, I couldn't remember
selling some stuff at Come Down.
Yeah, Come Down on Those Tacos, where we're trying to get a Jolt partnership going down there at Come Down on the Macacos.
Very quickly, Jim Meal says, "Two brothers fighting sounds like George and I. Oh wait, we only fought each other growing up. Our house was a wrestling ring back in the day." Like, I'll add a very, 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 very quick story there. Like, I think, like, me and my brother grew up watching wrestling, and I know, like, I mean, like, you did not grow up in our era without being put in the figure four. Figure four, legit painful move, by the way. That hurts if you were put in a figure four.
You'll tap out of a figure
You will
four.
tap out of a figure four. And then I think my brother, like, I think he suplexed me at least twice. Once he wanted to just pick me up, but I got too heavy, so he just fell back. And I hit on that
Heavy bastard.
That's right. I was short and chubby. So he picked me up and just fell back with me. And like I just remember every ounce of air leaving my leg. Oh my goodness.
Oh, fun stories, fun memories. Let's go ahead and go to Jason. What's your ad?
Oh, the Dick Tracy movie ad, man. I had to go with
Yeah,
that one.
sweet.
I love that character. And that art on there is still really cool. I was thinking about it the other day. I haven't seen that movie since I saw it in
I
theaters.
haven't
around
watched it
this
either
time.
in a long time. Yeah.
And I'm interested. I saw this one and I was like, man, I kind of want to see that movie again. So I had to pick this one.
Yeah, I put out this was probably about a year ago, a post on X, and I was like, because it just occurred to me, I was like, these 4 movies came out within like 8 months of each other, and it was like this, The Rocketeer, like The Punisher, and like Dolph Lundgren, and like so there was Turtles. Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I was like, what a bizarre combination of like, but all good in their own unique way.
I think RoboCop 2 came out around
Yeah,
this time,
1990.
too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I know I'm going to talk. It's not my turn. I got to say, Jason's absolutely right. Like, I love this ad. Look at its simplicity. Look at the way it says 40s character, but drawn in a modern way. And so much so that when Apple introduced the Apple Watch that you could literally talk into, this is literally the first thing I thought of. This image and this ad is the first thing I thought of when they announced that Apple Watch. I was like, this is real now. And it was amazing to me.
It is super cool. Yeah, you're right. The simplicity of it, the colors on that black background.
The colors just popping.
And just the simple, I'm on my way. That is a great tagline.
Doesn't even have the name of the movie on the ad.
It's so iconic. Yeah, you're right. Everybody knows it's Dick Tracy. Man, and what a summer ad that they did with this. Just all the different ads and stuff that were coming out at this time whenever a new big movie came out. Just the buzz that was happening. Jared, what is your ad?
There's so many bountiful ones to pick from in this video game era. We've got a lot of games to choose from, including some of those like really kind of crappy Tiger handheldish games. Konami got in on that. I was gonna pick that. I'll show it real quick to the viewing audience, but I ultimately landed on. Bear with me because there's 2 that look similar. Yeah, I landed on Bionic Commando by Capcom.
I knew you were gonna pick Bionic Commando.
I loved this game. This is one of the very first games I beat on a Nintendo. Back in the day in the 80s. I don't know if I told you this, Pat, but I lived in Germany. It was hard to get Nintendo games, and I didn't own this. I borrowed it from a friend, and I just, you know how it was back then? Like the grind, like I am going to beat this Maurice Feldman game. Come on, water. And I just played it, and then I finally did beat it, and it just felt great. And what a cool, like, it was very different with its mechanic of the mechanical arm and the swinging, and it was just a great time. I loved this game.
Don't forget, Jared, that another thing that I loved about that time was everyone traded Nintendo games.
Yes.
Yeah. Or you could rent them. You could rent them too. And you're
Not
like,
in Germany.
Oh,
yeah,
not Germany,
you had to trade.
We traded, and then we had a video game or like video game / VCR rental place down the street, like about a block away that I lived from, called Video Magic. Back in the day, right by the railroad tracks on 15th Place. So yeah, it was, that's how it was, either trading games or getting them from Video Magic.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I remember another game you played in Germany called Ice Climber.
Yeah, I knew Ice Climber was going to get brought into this conversation.
I was like, oh, please, let me see an Ice Climber ad coming to
the only game that literally made me bleed. I got so angry, my nose started bleeding. I ripped off the closet door.
Oh no!
I ripped off the closet door. My nose started bleeding. But I knew I needed help.
Some anger management issue.
Oh. Back then, I didn't even know you cannot beat Ice Climber. It's one of those games that just keeps going. And I didn't even know that.
Do you know how insidious it is, though? that like somebody made a video game and they're like, yeah, is there going to be an end to it? Like, nah.
No.
It's like
we gotta tell the
Nazi
game.
zombies on Call of Duty, man. You know, it's just like it just keeps going.
Keeps going, gets a
Till
little
you
harder.
die.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, my ad was going to be the Dick Tracy one. Just so iconic to me. I think Jason covered it pretty well. Just all that history behind it. You know, you had the Madonna album. You know, just
her name was Breathless Mahoney.
Yeah.
I remember Dustin Hoffman was Mumbles.
Yep. Yeah. Tons of great.
Al Pacino was. Yeah, had a lot of names in it.
A lot of big names in this thing, and Warren Beatty, of course. Just
of Kaleidoscope fame.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is a joke for Delvin more than anybody.
I watched it. I watched Kaleidoscope. Just didn't get to record it. All right. Well, now that we got the ads out of the way, let's go to our next segment called Way Back in Time. June 1990.
So take me away. I don't mind, but you gotta promise me I'll be back in time. I had to wait for you to get through the date and everything. Don't be rude, Pat.
Nah. I was waiting for you to do it ahead of time, and then I would say that. Anyway, let's go ahead. You guys, there's a lot there.
And each and every one of them makes me happy in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, there's a lot there. So it's up to you guys. You want to pick one? You want to do two? We'll go ahead and let's say, Jarrett, we'll start with you.
All right, man. I will just start it right off the top. June 2nd, 1990. TURTLE Power. TURTLE Power by Partners in Crime. Hits number 13. And I got to tell you, that song is still the jam. I recently, go Ninja. Well, that was on the sequel soundtrack.
Oh, my bad.
That was Vanilla Ice on the sequel soundtrack. This original soundtrack, by the way, is a killer. I found it within the last couple of years at my Goodwill. And oh man, I was so happy. I was like, first of all, it's a terrible soundtrack. And I didn't really remember all the tracks on it. I listened to it. All bangers, great listen. TURTLE Power by Partners in Crime is fantastic. It's wonderful. The only thing that bugs me is one of the rap lyrics in the song is Raphael. He's the leader of the group. And no.
I mean,
Donnie, don't play that. Donnie, don't play that.
Leo don't play that.
Oh, Leo, yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Leo, you shut it over.
Open for debate.
That still bothers me to this day when they drop that lyric. It's like Raphael, he's the leader of the group. Like,
maybe we should hear him out.
There are so many good things, so I gotta let somebody else go.
No. Okay, well, go ahead and let Jason pick one from.
Well, I'm going to go with the baseball theme. I think I'm probably the biggest baseball fan here. So I'm going to go with one of my favorite players here on June 11th. Major League Baseball Texas Rangers Nolan Ryan pitches his 6th no-hitter, beating Oakland in the 8th inning. Sorry, he retires. Ken Phelps, Ricky Henderson, another one of my favorite players, and Willie Randolph. Nolan Ryan, Maurice Feldman legend.
Hey, you know what's not on there? He was no spring chicken in 1990 either.
No, sir.
He
Pitching
was
into his 40s.
He was in his 40s when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And legend. I believe he has one more no-hitter coming. I think he ended with 7.
The guy is a legend.
Delvin, what news things stood out to you?
There are a lot of fun ones. There really are. I'll go a little raunchy here. And with June 10th, rap group 2 Live crew members arrested in Florida for obscenity. Some years ago.
Long time.
You think they were being as nasty as they wanted to be?
Possibly. It was about, what year is it? 07, 08 maybe. When my buddy TJ, I helped him, like a lot of friends helped him, and him and his wife Kendra, they won like a a trip, like a cruise, a wedding. They start off getting married, and then there was like a 7-day cruise that him and the bridal party all got to go on as a part of winning this contest.
Was it a 2 Live cruise?
No, the port though was in Miami. And that's where 2 Live Crew comes in, because for his bachelor party, we went to the club of ill repute that 2 Live Crew shot their videos in. I want to tell more about this story, but I'm not. It is a PG-13 type podcast, but I can say I saw things that I have not seen before or since at that club. So I can understand the motivation of 2 Live Crew and some of their videos and stuff. That's as tactful as I can get. By the way, let's see. There's a few comments I missed. We've had some comments. Both Jim Mill and Matt Posso loved Bionic Commando, Jared. I too love Bionic Commando. Bionic Commando was a great game, super inventive. And let's see. Matt Posso also adds that he's going to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in theaters next Sunday for the anniversary.
Me too, Matt.
I might have to go too.
There you go. And then Matt Posso says, what day did he whoop Robin Ventura's beep? That's iconic.
Oh, man. That was, what was so cool about that? Robin Ventura Uber eated himself to that ass whooping. He ran up there and Nolan Ryan just stood there, cool as a cucumber. And then Nolan Ryan just delivered himself.
Yeah,
for a tail whooping that's just iconic in history.
The way that Nolan Ryan stood, he had a stance of, this ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah.
He was not intimidated by the moment at all that a kid half his size ran towards him, and sure enough, just got him in that headlock and
and as he's whooping him, you can tell he's not he's thinking I wonder if I should iron my shirts tomorrow. Tomorrow's an off day. What should I do tomorrow?
Walk in the park. So we'll add another comment not having to do with Robin Ventura or Nolan Ryan. And Kathy says, why did I know it was 2 Live Crew when you said raunchy? Don't get me wrong. I love that cassette. Oh, they had several cassettes that were also raunchy.
Sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening.
I will say though, they jammed. They
had good tracks.
Good beats. They had good beats.
Looking back on it now, when we lived in Germany, I won't name any names, but somebody I lived with who's on this podcast bought this cassette. It was the neatest cassette because it was 2 tapes in one big.
It was.
I'd never seen one like this before. Since one big case that had 2 tapes in it.
Was it Delvin?
Maybe. And then when said person left for the army, he left those tapes behind, and I was jamming out to them on my 8th grade bus trips to and from school. And in retrospect, it explains a lot.
Oh, 2 Live Crew they were just getting, hey, you got to listen to, it spread through high school.
I still love the fact that the headline that he read was they were arrested in Florida for obscenity. I'm like, did we need a state? I mean, this is what they did for a living. It could have been anywhere. You could have thrown a dart at the map of the United States.
Yeah, they're just being lazy in that they were originally from Florida.
Right.
If you remember back in the day, Luther Campbell, aka Luke Skywalker, was a huge Miami Hurricanes fan. Probably still is to this day. He bankrolled the Miami Hurricanes basically. And they were really, really good too as a whole team because he was shelling out the dough. Pat, take over the show again.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll take one from June 26th. And New Kids on the Block, Donnie Wahlberg is released from the hospital after a fall. So good thing everything worked out for Donnie. He's become a big star after that. And the New Kids just kept coming on. This is a big New Kids time too, as well.
Donnie D's on the backup.
Donnie D's on the backup.
Drug free. So put the crack
up.
Put the
crack up. DIEY. Oh man, so much has come out of that one. Marky Mark, come on. Who doesn't love the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch and Donnie? Oh, fun. Anybody have any other history that you want to put
There's
out there?
plenty. We've talked
There's
enough,
plenty.
right?
Yeah, there's
plenty.
so much in here. We
There
can
really
keep
is.
going.
All right. Well, let's get going then. Some good ones there. Let's go ahead and do the top 3 movies for June of 1990. And we'll do a rotation. We'll start with Jared. Give us number 3.
You know, for being such a movie guy and being a Tom Cruise guy, there's your clue. I've never seen this one. I need to check it off the list. Yeah,
Really?
no, it is Top Gun with race cars, aka.
It is.
That's what everybody told me. I haven't seen it though. It is Days of Thunder with
Days of
my
Thunder.
boy Tommy, whom I love, and I love movies, and I love Tom Cruise movies. I've never watched a ton of NASCAR, but I'd be open to it. So yeah, it made $157 million, which in 1990 was equal to I think Uruguay today. I'm not sure. I don't have the math, but yeah, Days of Thunder came in at number 3, and I haven't seen. I need to fix that.
Yeah, Days of Thunder, man. It was a good movie. I liked the soundtrack at the time. This was the only soundtrack that you could get Guns N' Roses doing Knocking on Heaven's Door before they released it on the 2 album release later on.
I didn't know that was for this movie. That's a great jam.
This was the only way you could get it on at the time was through this. And oh man, that's a good song. Let's go ahead and go to number 2. Who does number 2 work for, Jason?
Number 2 works for Dick Tracy, Pat. We've already talked about him. We still have him up here on the screen, and he raked in $162 million back in June of 1990. So, yeah, again, got to see this movie again.
Yeah.
It's personal now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this got to be soon to be watched on the list. Delvin, who is coming in at number 1 for the top movie in June 1990?
At number 1, a movie that made $261 million. I remember it with complete and utter clarity.
That's funny. It's funny.
I
like
get
that.
it. I get it.
Total Recall is the number 1 movie of June 1990. I waited for it. You know, I said,
yeah, you did.
I waited.
Total Recall, it's one of those very few movies that I go see in the theater multiple times. Total Recall is one.
Is it because you forget a lot, or
I couldn't remember how it ended.
No,
No, but I mean, honestly, Pat, we were just back from Germany.
Okay.
It was big in the summer. We were visiting a lot of family in Indiana, different parts of the family. And
All
like
right.
everybody was like, we'd go to their house. What are you going to do tonight? Let's go watch Total Recall. I was like, all right. I ended up watching it a few times that summer with no complaints.
Oh, that's a fantastic movie. They tried to remake it, not too terrible.
I don't think I've ever seen the remake. I've never seen that.
Nobody did.
I saw it.
I saw it, and it was talk about forgettable. And I'm not even doing a bit.
Yeah.
No.
I know nobody talks about it. Nobody. Oh, that, you know what? That could be a good pop culture podcast.
Maybe. I'm
Maybe.
certain I could find something in it that's I watched it. It's one of those movies that kind of watches over you, and you're like, okay, well, that was the thing, you know.
Yeah.
The first one leaves an impression.
Yeah, I watched it and thought it was better done than the first time.
Again,
Like
lots of good movies. Lots of good movies at this time, especially the summer of 1990. But let's hear about some songs. What are the top 3 songs of June of 1990? Jared, give us number 3.
I will be happy to, and then I will be happy to go on a rant when we get to number 2, as I recently did on the X platform. But for number 3, it is Wilson Phillips with "Hold On for One More Day."
Hold on
for one more day.
Yeah, you gotta love some Wilson Phillips. It'll go your way.
Hey.
Yeah, that's fun. It's a fun song. I like it, and I don't care who knows it.
It
It's
is
a good
song.
Good.
One day somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say
Say
goodbye.
goodbye.
till then.
Great song.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and see what number 2 is. Jason, give us number 2 song on the Billboard.
Well, Pat, all I want to do is make love to you.
To me?
One night of love. That's all we knew.
Hmm.
All I want by heart. And I know, okay, Jared, go ahead and rant about it. I know. There we go.
I for the first, I mean, I kind of always knew what the song was about, but I like really listened to it recently into the next post, and we had a lot of chatter about it because I was like, "This is awful." This is about a woman who picks up hitchhikers and like takes them to a hotel that she knows well, sleeps with them,
place she knew well,
has a baby with them, and tricks her husband into raising this hobo's child. And I was like, "This is the most awful song."
Then he came back around.
I've ever heard.
What?
Yes. And then I pointed this out on X, and somebody mentioned it in the comments, and I think they're being legit. They might have been joking, but it felt legit. Like they're like, yeah, Heart literally does not do this song when they're in concert anymore. Like this is like, no. I was like, it's so bad.
They also, I mean, and Kathy echoes that. She says Nancy hates performing that song, but the song alone by Heart. Listen to the lyrics of that song.
I don't want to. I'm already scared now. This one's scared now.
Get you alone.
How do I get
Wait
you
a minute.
If a dude sang that song, it arrested immediately. That's all like,
I mean, if the baby it's cold outside guy can't get away with it, we can't let them get away with it.
Cancel Heart. There we go.
Man, yeah, that song is all, like, I was listening to the words. I always kind of knew it was about a one night stand with a girl, but I was like, wait a minute. I was like, trick your husband into raising this kid.
I knew the chorus of the song as soon as you said it, but now I have to go back and hear it and just like.
You're like, wait a minute.
I think people just concentrate on the title.
Like the chorus.
That's all I want to do.
Also, someone pointed out in the chat that it's actually a remake-ish. It's like a 70s song. This dude sang it. All I want to do is make. I think they just took the chorus.
Oh, really?
Anyway, yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. But, Delvin, give us what number one is from the Billboard of June of 1991.
Hey, man. Beauty's where you find it, dude. Like the number one song of June 1990 is Vogue. Strike a pose, everyone. Strike a pose. Let's go.
Here's where you find it. Yep.
There you go.
Freddie Garbo and
Rita Hayworth gave good face.
At least this is a song that's fun and people can remember.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I brought the show down a bit on the last.
What about sleeping with hobos?
I really ruined this for Jason. Jason doesn't get a lot of these where he knows all the songs. So Jason,
this is a good year for Jason.
Yes, I knew what the song was about, so I came to terms with this like 2 decades ago, dude.
I wish you had told me, man. I was just like, yeah. I heard on Q1065, by the way.
There you go.
And I was like, oh, Rob, no.
Oh, but good songs, lots of good songs from the 90s. You know what? And if you love songs from the 90s, hit songs, deep cuts from the 90s and the 80s, go ahead and check out Q106.5.
It's your
all
favorite
those songs
radio
are out there.
station. He told you that in the promo. That's my favorite part of the promo, where he tells you it's your favorite.
It's your favorite radio station. It is. And he knew me so well.
He does.
It's like he was talking right to me.
Wrong.
It is my favorite radio station. I mean, every time I get in the car, boom, Q106.5.
Same.
Awesome. With that, that's going to bring us to the end of this part of the show. Let us know if you got some feedback by go ahead and making a comment out there on the internet. Oh, wait. Okay. Maybe I just did a little bit more than I should have in the script. Anyway.
You asked me to tighten up.
Yeah, I know. And then I just, it's muscle memory. It's that muscle memory.
You got to break that.
I got to break that. So here we go. That brings us to the end of that part of the show. Now let's get to the feedback part of this show called Crusader Comments. We are thrilled to kick off these comments with special shout-outs to our Crusader Club members. These are the fine folks that have joined our crusade. They enjoy priority seating as podcast guests, early access to special Longbox Crusade episodes, voting to help determine show content, backstage access to live recordings, just like this one, but we do them more frequently. For Crusader Club members,
Wednesday nights sometimes on a Wednesday night.
Wednesday nights.
That's when the secret ones.
Oh, shh.
Not every Wednesday, but some Wednesdays. We let you know. We tell people. I've said too much.
Backstage access. Well, I said that. Okay. And so much more. So these are the folks reaping the benefits and enjoying much of. These are the folks reaping the benefits and giving so much. These are the folks reaping the benefits and giving some much appreciated support to the show. And we'll go clockwise with Jared. Start us off.
Alan W. Wright.
And Helica Wolf.
Oh. Auburn Elvis.
Bill Beer.
Billy D.
Bradley Dello.
Braxton Underwood.
Carrie.
Clinton Robeson.
Captain Entropy.
Clark Westfield.
Dave Battlewagon Collins.
Eric Hodges.
Eric Porter.
Ezra Gallo, the soothsayer.
Gary V.
Gene Hendricks.
George Meal.
Gerald Green.
Heinz K.
Django Unfettered.
Jason Keene.
Jason Lady.
Jeff Poyer.
Jim German. I hope you like Jim German too.
Jim Meal. I think he's
Joe
in the chat.
Man. Oh, sorry. Say that again, Jason.
Jim Meal. I think he's joining us in the chat today.
He is. Joe Man Conan.
Joe Thomas.
John Watson.
Josh Strickland.
Candace Ward.
Kathy Bright.
In the chat. Matt and Lissy Paso. In the chat.
Mark Ross.
Michael Minton.
Miranda W.
P. D. Snuts. Devons.
Paul Hicks.
Rick of Jeff and Rick Present.
Ronald Easterday.
Rob Morgan.
Scott.
Sean Urbanski.
Snake Plissken.
Spidey 67, aka Ronnie the Ghost.
Spreadsheet.
Steve Cronin, aka Steve Cronin.
Steve Martin.
Tim Price.
Tony Pennington.
And last but not least, Toronto Cop.
If we missed anyone on our list, we do apologize. Please keep in mind that we record these episodes well in advance of release. So if you are a recent addition, we should be adding you soon. But, still, don't worry about it. Just let us know that we missed you by sending us an email at contact@longboxcrusade.com, and we will get it all straightened out. As a reminder, you can become a Crusader Club member by heading on over to patreon.com/Longbox Crusade. For as little as $1 a month, you'll get all the access to the amazing world of the Crusaders Club. Come and check it out.
We are your favorite podcast.
We are your favorite
Like
podcast.
Q106.
Look into my eyes. We are your favorite podcast.
We are.
You don't have any extra cash stretch lying around, whatever. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. You can still help us out by going to the LBC headquarters, and just finding us wherever we are, and go ahead and put a review or a comment on all the platforms that we are out there on, and give us a subscription. As we mentioned earlier on, we are 4 away. I can't remember right now. Away from getting to 400 on YouTube. So we really would appreciate it. Tell your friends, tell your sisters, and your mother too. Get them to subscribe to us on YouTube. We would really appreciate it.
Can I ask you a question, Pat?
Yes.
54 episodes in, I'm just now seeing up in the left-hand corner of our screen, there's 44 eyeballs
Yes.
and 1 thumb up.
Yes.
So that means we've got 44 people that are kind of watching right now, but only one person that put that thumb up.
Pretty good odds for us, actually.
Yeah, that's a good ratio.
But shouldn't that one thing be closer to a 44?
We would
Well,
hope.
the one there is from Facebook. Someone was looking at us from Facebook and they liked it.
Okay.
The 44 is an aggregate across all the social media platforms.
Aggregates.
Yeah.
A bunch of people.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Trying to understand this.
Yeah. Well, it's simple. Just go ahead and hit that like, hit that share, do whatever you can for us. We would really appreciate it. And it really means a lot. And make some comments too. We would love to interact with you on our socials as well. Speaking about interaction, let's go ahead and get to some comments from a previous episode where it was episode 50, where we covered JSA Volume 2, Number 1 from 2024, where it was for the big JS April 2025 crossover event we did with a bunch of podcasters and bloggers throughout our community. And we'll start with Jared. Go ahead.
All right. Nifty 50. We had some folks. I don't think we got any comments on this one, but we had plenty of people out there sharing it. And those shares mean a lot to us. And so these are the people that mean a lot to us because the shares mean a lot to is.
We got it.
Okay. It's all right. So I want to say thank you to Bisoneurs 007. Yeah, Bisoneurs. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Bisoneurs 007. Thanks for the share.
And Strato Viper 72. Thanks for the share.
That's our boy Doug. Thank you, Doug.
Between the Pages blog.
Thank you to the Irredeemable Shag.
Big thanks to Justice Society Presents.
I know this guy, Kirk Spencer. Thank you, Kirk.
Sitru Poker. I don't know what Sitru is.
I ordered one of those up. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what Sitru is, but I hope, they're worth poking.
Give a big thanks to Dave's Comic Heroes blog. Thank you, Dave.
And a big shout out to Coffee and Comics straight from the basement.
And our good friend Jim Meal. Thank you.
I'm not paying attention. Give me a second. Alan E. Boyce Jr. wraps us up.
Thank you all for those likes and shares. We really do appreciate it. Again, that just helps bring us forward in the social media. So wherever we are, make sure you're commenting and liking and sharing. We do appreciate it. Easiest thing you can do. Or you could also give us a call and leave us a voice message that we will play later on in the show. Leave us a message at 707-532-5269. That number again is 707-532-LBOX.
All I want to do is hear from you. One phone call, that will do.
Jason was that hobo that got picked up.
Yeah. Still, at least he left a message. Thank you, everyone, for the likes, the shares, the follows, and the comments. We really do appreciate your friendship and helping us spread the word about this podcast. And that is the show. Be sure to check out the website, longboxcrusade.com, where posts are made for journaling this crusade. I want to thank Jared, Jason, and Delvin for joining me on this episode. But before we go, let's find out where the listeners can find us on the internet. And we'll start with Jared.
Well, Pat, I am glad that you asked. I am at Yard Sale Artist on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Is all at Yard Sale Artist. And I would be remiss if I did not mention a big shout out and lots of LBC love not just from us here at LBC headquarters, from I know you folks in the chat too, for our girl Courtney. She's undergoing quite the medical procedure. I don't know if she wants her business on the street, but she did reach out to us privately to let us know what was going on. I saw her do a little chat recently, so I think she's doing okay, which makes me happy. But yeah, much love from the LBC crew to our queen of the chat, Courtney.
Let's go ahead and move over to Delvin.
Instagram and Threads. You can find me at Delvin Ray. Jason.
I'm also hanging out on Instagram. I'm at Jason Albrick.
And you can find me on the Twitter you can find me on the X at Christatos01. Thank you all for listening, and we hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Longbox Crusade. As a reminder, if you'd like to share your thoughts with us, go ahead and send us an email at contact@longboxcrusade.com or leave a comment on the Longbox Crusade social media sites that are out there. Until next time, take care, and please join us for the next episode as we continue on the crusade to
read them all.
And we're out.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Do some giveaways and some calendar updates and call it a show.
Give it away.
Delvin, what's the number? And I think maybe Kathy in the chat can help us.
Hey,
shout out to Sean Urbanski who made it in under the wire.
Yes, he did. That's a good strategy. It's like, just ignore about like an hour, 45 minutes around pool. Just
roll in and hey.
By the way, Jared, if I don't remember who won it from the Crusaders Club, but Matt Passo won it last month.
Oh, so we're not sending him anything. No, he's good.
I mean, Matt Passo would be the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 people chime in with the commentary.
All right. Yeah, Kathy, if you're still out there, will you give us a 1 through 8? So I'm making a note to send something to Matt. I got question marks for the, for the club member. You know what? They're never going to know. They weren't here. Kathy just dropped a 4 on us, by the way.
So this is going to be interesting. The name that won is Anthony Manzano.
Wow! Oh man, I hang out with us the whole time.
I feel like he probably had to go. I wish we knew more about him because I have like a bunch of stuff off here, and I was going to sort of tailor whatever it was. You know what? We know he likes comics, so I'm going to go to the more comic-y thing that I've got for him. Anthony Manzano will get Pat. He'll get Pat. Everything picking. It's yours. No, he will get.
You want this? You want that? Yeah.
I have a trade paperback of Shazam.
Oh, sweet.
The greatest stories ever told. Sort of a collection of some like older stuff, modern stuff. Pretty neat little with the Alex Ross cover. So we will get that to Anthony. I'm not sure.
We'll try to track him down on the YouTubies.
We're gonna reach out. We're gonna reach out to him and say, "How do I get you?"
Come get in this car.
All I wanna do is give this book to you.
One omnibus. That's all I do.
What you do? I can't find any of my sticky notes. That's all right. I'll just put a note right here. Okay, Anthony M gets the Shazam book. I think she already dropped a number.
She did 24.
Making me count lots of spots, but I'll do it. 1, 2,
4 hours later.
You know, if we were smart, we'd probably get some, website
some kind of
randomizer to work. But we like it old school.
I got a randomizer on my phone. I could just
4. All right, 24 is our boy Joe Man. Conan,
yay!
And the irony is a lot of the stuff I have off screen to give away, he gave to us to give away.
So we
we're a Heroes Con.
Oh,
gotta pick
that's right,
something
Joe
that
Man.
he didn't give us.
Yeah.
So you know what? I want to give him something nice since he donated a lot of this stuff. Yeah. So some of you guys got to see this earlier. I picked it up when I was at Infinity Con Tallahassee at the bookstore with Shag. I'm going to send Joe Manconan this nice box set volume of the Sherlock Holmes story.
Awesome.
Nice.
We're going to send that to Joe Manconan.
Nice.
Because even if you don't read, this looks cool on your bookshelf.
Yeah,
It looks like you. It makes you look like you read. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Joe Man, I'm going to send you Sherlock Holmes.
That's a good thing. Segue into doing that. So for the Crusader Club members or anybody, become a Crusaders Club member, because I am just about done with reading my current book of Indiana Jones that I'm reading, and I wanted to start doing a thing with the club members where we're going to read 10 pages a day together. I thought it would be kind of fun to do. And so I'm going to start at the time of this recording, maybe 5 days out, 6 days out, but I'm going to start reading this. And I want to invite people to join me in just 10 pages a day. We should be able to knock this book out within 30 days or less.
All right.
So become a club member, and you can join us, and we'll get some discussion
Don't pick up
going
any
on.
bad hobbits.
Nope.
Hey, Matt Passo, are you still in the chat? And if so, because you won when I wasn't here, and I know your tastes and proclivities, sir. And I will now reveal some of the things that Joe Manconan gave us. So Matt, pick one of these if you're still here. I'm hoping you are. In the giveaway bin is a Tomax, a Ladija.
Oh, I like
that. No Tomax is available, not anymore.
A Spirit.
Well, Spirit Iron Knife is also cool.
Yeah.
And this one's a little dusty.
I get that, Joe.
So Matt, if you don't have, pick one. Pick a Joe. I know you love Joe, so I was going to just tailor that to you. Pick a Joe. Since you won last time when I was not here on the live stream. Once again, it's Tomax, Lady
Matt
J.
says he's got them all.
Tomax the one with the scar, or is Zaymont the one?
I think Zaymont is. He's got them all.
So you just have to draw a little scar on there. You could have Zaymont.
Well,
yeah, there you go.
So wait, there's more.
Got them all.
Have Zorana.
You got Zorana, Matt?
And Zaymont. Have the other one. And I think he has the scar. I don't have my glasses on.
He said surprise him with anything.
All right, I'm going to send him my water bill. Thanks, Matt. Matt, if you wanted any of those Joes, let us know in the chat. And if not, I will surprise you with a little something.
He's got them, he says.
Hey, Matt, admit you have a problem, dude. All right, Matt, I got you. I'll tell you what I'm going to send you,
figure out
Matt.
something for you.
I'm even going to tell him. There's going to be no surprise. If you want to be surprised, log off now. Because I found this too. Volume 1, DVD.
He's nuts.
Exactly. It has 4 episodes on it, and it has a really cool box. Check it out.
Oh, nice.
Adventures of Robin Hood, which we are covering on the show.
Nice.
So I'll send that to Matt. I'll send him Robin Hood. If you say I've got that, then you get nothing.
Then he's really a big fan of what we do here. Definitely.
Yeah.
He says, Matt. He likes that one.
All right, well, you're going to get some Robin Hood. And you know what? Just so you will be surprised, I'm going to go back into the bin. And I have a couple of DVDs of movies we featured on Action Film Face Off. I'm going to put one in. I won't tell you what it is.
Cool. All right. See, that's the fun you get as becoming a Crusaders Club member, right there.
Matt, you're getting Robin Hood and something we covered on Action Film Face Off.
3 the Hard Way.
I wouldn't give that DVD away.
A great movie.
It was. All right. For our live viewers. Matt just said he watched Hard Boiled for the first time this week.
Oh,
Hard Boiled is a fantastic flick. One of the best action flicks of all time.
I love the fact that who directed that, Jace? That was
John Woo.
John Woo, yeah. John Woo did a scene where his lead goes through a kitchen, rolls over a table that's covered in flour, strictly so he'll be blank slate white. So when he caps that dude in the head, the blood splatters all over him and it stands out so well. It's so disgusting and awesome at the same time.
Creepy. It's creepy. Disgusting. Awesome.
When I saw that for the first time, I got on DVD and I watched it in college. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
The best part is because he spits out the
he spits the little toothpick out right before he pulls the
and then
trigger.
Captain.
Oh, he's so cool. Welcome to an impromptu action film face-off. I'm Jared Albrecht. This is Jason. Delvin just wants to get out of here.
I'm 50% through there. I watched my episode that we're recording this Thursday. So.
Yeah, it's Thursday. Well, I'm about to do the calendar, and
All right.
we'll wrap it up. It would help if I was not in the proper month. There we go. All right, come back again on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern to listen to Delvin and I talk about New Warriors. Come out to play. I think we are on issue 54.
54, first issue of Evan Skolnick writing the book.
This episode.
54 is all 54s. Weird. It's a weird matchup. Fun fact for everybody: if everything goes according to the plan for the schedule, which sometimes we have to shift some stuff around, we are going to hit our first show that's going to hit 100 episodes in December, and that is Saturday Matinee Theater. Believe it or not,
Wow.
100 episodes.
100.
Wow.
So that's coming up in December. But for this week, we've got Come Out to Play on Wednesday. And for you Super Secret Crusaders Club members, you will be able to join us for another live recording on Wednesday night. We're doing Chronicles, Amazing Spider-Man Chronicles 1989. I did that just for Pat. Episode 89.
It's a number. It's another summer. Yeah.
So if you're a club member, join us Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. We will be talking Amazing Spider-Man 233, and it looks like the Avengers actually won this one.
What?
Yeah.
Avengers 224.
Man.
So dust off your Avengers 224 to join us.
Did Van vote?
I don't know.
I guess I've somehow won the club members over to my side or something. I don't know.
What was the Avengers number?
224.
224.
Probably.
Yep. Spidey 233, Avengers 224. And then this is a busy week here at Longbox. That's Wednesday night, so you club members can join us, like I said, for that. It'll be available over on the Patreon site if you want to join us for the live recording. And then Thursday night, Jason and Kathy and I are going to sit down and do an action film face-off retro rewind episode, where we cover a movie that came out between 1950 and 1970. I saw you do a musket load. That's excellent. And as Jason was alluding to, we're going to talk about Swiss Family Robinson and Jason and the Argonauts are going to be our two films. So that would be a lot of fun. That's what's going on.
You watch either one yet?
Yeah, I've watched them both. I could do with a refresh on Jason and the Argonauts because I watched it about 6-7 months ago.
Harryhausen.
Yeah, it's a Harryhausen classic.
That'll be good.
So that'll be me, Jason, and Captivating Kathy Bright, the MVP.
I really enjoyed the Swiss Family Robinson. I haven't watched.
I did more than I thought I would. Yeah, I did. I really did. So that is what's coming up this week, and we have just a couple recordings next week on Wednesday night. They're secrets, though. So we're going to be off for a bit because I will be at Dragon Con and Jason is getting married.
Yep.
Yay! Yeah, congratulations, Jason.
Oh, thank you. So Jared's going to be busy. He got to go to Dragon Con. Then he's got to drag his ass back here to Washington.
Yeah. So these days after I finish a con, I spend literally the week after it just resting. So the good news for you, Jason, you do not feel like you need to entertain me. You're like, he's just laying around.
Bed, yeah.
I was just going to lay around anyway. I'm fine.
Well, all righty then.
You take it easy. You worry about all the things you got to worry about. You just let me know when and where I need to be placed.
Gotcha.
By the way, Jason's invitation, people in the chat, I need your help. Jason's invitation to me said, the dress is wedding casual. I think that's, I don't know, a Zoran Industries t-shirt and some jorts.
I've got one, actually, if you want to.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Jorts? Did you say jorts?
Jorts, yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Well, you know what? They're good a little more classy. I think you should go as like Crockett.
They didn't say Florida wedding casual.
Oh. I'm giving some serious thought to wearing my sweet Sean Connery James Bond button up. I think Jason would be okay with that.
You know what? Right. I tell you what you can, which would be acceptable anywhere you go. You just go over to tpublic.com, look up Longbox Crusade, and any of those shirts out there, just pick one, and you can show up in that.
In the chat, by the way, Kathy's basically pulling a Jared and Jason. She's going to Vegas and then immediately turning around and going to Dragon Con. So yeah.
Oh man,
she's gonna be burnt
It's
out.
gonna be busy.
Busy bee. Yeah, for those of you going to Dragon Con, come by and see me. My table's gonna be right next to Van Plexico and Alan Porter, who you all know from this network. So we're gonna all be hanging out together. Be fun times. I think I'm gonna see Delvin there. I think Delvin's planning on being there. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. Stop in.
and
See the
speaking
Delvins.
of my wedding, I got to jet out of here because I got to go meet the person that's officiating here. So,
all right,
All right.
hit the road.
Yeah, I guess we can all take off.
Yeah.
Pat, I'll let this your shindig. I'll shut up. Or back to you.
all right. Well, again, appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you all for joining us. And until next time, we are going to freeze. Everybody, clap your hands.
I can't. I'm frozen.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you later.
I couldn't help.